October 24, 2014. An auditorium at MIT. Elon Musk calls artificial intelligence our biggest existential threat, asks out loud for government regulation, and then reaches for the line that's followed him ever since. With artificial intelligence, we are summoning the demon. He was warning about something that, 12 years later, would be worth almost $2 trillion. And people did listen. His warnings helped push AI risk from a niche concern into a mainstream conversation. The one person they didn't stop was the man making them. Here's a detail from that day I can't get out of my head. After the demon line, the next person in the audience asked him something, and he didn't hear it. He had to ask them to repeat it because he was still sitting there thinking about the AI thing. That's not a media-trained executive delivering a soundbite. That's a guy who genuinely scared himself in front of a crowd. Hold on to that. We're coming back to it. Because this didn't start at MIT, it started in a cafeteria. Around 2012, Musk sat down with Demis Hassabis, who was running a small London outfit called DeepMind. And by Musk's own account, Hassabis laid out the case that sufficiently advanced AI could wipe us out. Musk thought about it and said he'd talk to a friend. Then he did something interesting. He put $5 million into DeepMind. And he's been open that it wasn't an investment in the normal sense. He told Vanity Fair he wasn't in it for the return. He wanted a seat close enough to see what they were building. Think about what that actually is. That's not a bet. That's surveillance. The friend he was going to talk to was Larry Page. And that conversation is one of the most consequential arguments in modern technology, because it didn't go the way Musk wanted. Page didn't share the fear. And that disagreement, between two men who were close for years, is roughly where the modern AI safety argument gets its shape. Then January 2014 happens. Google buys DeepMind. So now the most advanced AI lab in the world belongs to the person Musk had just failed to convince. In August that year, he tweeted that AI was potentially more dangerous than nukes. 2 months later, he was at MIT talking about demons. Now watch what he does about it, because this is where the pattern starts. December 2015. Musk co-founds OpenAI with Sam Altman and Greg Brockman. Non-profit, open source, roughly $1 billion pledged. And the founding logic was explicit. It existed as a counterweight, so that AI development wouldn't be locked inside one corporation. Read that as a solution and it sounds noble. Read it as a strategy and something else shows up. His answer to "a dangerous technology is being built" was not "stop building it." It was "build it somewhere I can see." That's the same move as the DeepMind investment, just bigger. February 2018, he leaves OpenAI's board. The official reason is a conflict of interest. Tesla was going deeper into AI, but it's been widely reported that there was more to it, that he'd argued OpenAI was falling behind Google and wanted to take over and speed it up. Sit with that for a second. In 2018, the man who compared AI to summoning a demon looked at the safety-focused lab he'd founded, and his complaint was that it wasn't moving fast enough. Then, 2019, OpenAI restructures to take outside capital and Microsoft comes in with $1 billion. Then, November 2022, ChatGPT lands and the entire industry sprints. And in March 2023, Musk signs the pause letter, published by the Future of Life Institute, calling on every AI lab to stop training anything more powerful than GPT-4 for at least 6 months. Over 30,000 signatures. Wozniak signed it, Bengio signed it, Harari signed it. It made front pages worldwide, and it's one of the main reasons AI risk stopped being a niche worry and turned into a political question. That letter went out on March 28, 2023. XAI was incorporated on March 9, 2023, 19 days earlier. I want to be careful here because there's a cheap version of this and I don't want to make it. Incorporating a company is not launching one. XAI wasn't publicly announced until July of that year, and Musk has never hidden the reasoning. His position, stated repeatedly, is that if this is being built no matter what, he'd rather be one of the people building it than watch from outside. He founded XAI around the idea of an AI focused on truth, whether politically correct or not, and he's framed it as the safety-conscious option. That argument is not stupid, it's the strongest argument he has. And it's genuinely consistent. It's the same logic as DeepMind in 2012 and OpenAI in 2015. Get close to the thing. Keep an eye on it. It's also, word for word, the argument every single participant in an arms race makes. Nobody in an arms race thinks they're the dangerous one. That's the whole mechanism. Everyone accelerates because they don't trust the other guy to slow down, and the race gets faster because each person's caution is somebody else's reason to hurry. So the 6-month pause never happened. Not for one lab, not for 1 week. And then the pace of what came after is honestly hard to keep up with. Grok ships in November 2023. February 2024, Musk sues OpenAI, arguing it abandoned the founding agreement he'd helped write. March 2025, he sells X to XAI. The social network folds into the AI company. February 2, 2026, SpaceX acquires XAI outright, valuing the combination at $1.25 trillion. That last one is the part I don't think we've all absorbed yet. A rocket company now owns an AI lab and a social network, and the money says, which one is actually the business? When SpaceX filed to go public, the prospectus put the addressable market at $28.5 trillion, and $26.5 trillion of that was AI. Not launch, not satellites, AI. The company spent $12.7 billion on AI infrastructure in 2025, roughly triple what it spent on space and Starlink combined. It went public on June 12th of this year, raised $75 billion, and it's now sitting somewhere near $1.9 trillion. The man who invested in DeepMind to keep an eye on it now runs one of the largest AI companies on the planet, inside the largest IPO in history. If you want more videos like this one, the warnings that aged into something stranger than anyone expected, subscribing genuinely helps. Now, has he changed his mind? No. And that's the strangest part. This July, he sat down with the editor-in-chief of The Economist at the Texas Gigafactory. He said AI will surpass the combined intelligence of humanity within about 5 years. He said humans will probably lose control of the trajectory within 10. He put the odds of a catastrophic outcome somewhere around 10 to 20% and made an argument about chimpanzees not being in charge of humans that is, frankly, hard to laugh off. Then he went back to work building it. So let me be honest about the title, because the title is doing something and I don't want to hide it. People listen to Elon Musk about AI enormously. The pause letter, the congressional attention, the regulatory conversations happening in half a dozen countries right now. His voice is a real part of why any of that exists. He didn't shout into a void. And I also want to be honest that nobody knows if he's right. That's the thing everyone skips. He might be catastrophically wrong about the danger. A lot of very serious researchers think the existential framing is a distraction from harms that are already here. That question is genuinely open, and anyone telling you it's settled is selling something. But here's what I keep landing on. Whether or not he was right, he was sincere. I don't think the guy who lost his train of thought at MIT was performing. I think he meant it, and meaning it wasn't enough. I'd like to know where you come down on this, because I flip depending on the day. Is building it yourself the responsible response to a technology you think might end us? Or is it just the most sophisticated way anyone has ever found to talk themselves into doing the thing they were afraid of? Comments. Back to that lecture hall, October 2014. He says the demon line, somebody asks him a question and he doesn't hear it because he's still turning the problem over in his head. 12 years later, he's still turning it over. He tells an interviewer there's a real chance this ends badly, and he says it calmly, on camera, in a factory he built. He never stopped thinking about the AI thing. He just stopped letting it change what he did next.